And good afternoon, San Antonio. Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. You made it. You made it through Christmas, and there's only one holiday left, and it's New Year's, and I hope you have a good one planned and coming up. I just want to say welcome to the show. This is the Happy Handyman Show, and we are broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. We're located on 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is super easy to find. It's about 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. You'll see us in a shopping center on the right-hand side with our name above the door, Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. And let me tell you, this is not just any hardware store, and we're going to be making some changes for next year, which I'll tell you about at the end of the show. We are an 11,000 square foot hardware store, of which the first 2,500 square feet is all dedicated to gift. So that means anything from candles to apparel to birthday to children's. I mean, it runs the gamut up in front. Our deal is, if it would make a good gift for you to buy your friend or your family or yourself, it's something we want to have in stock. So, but then once you get past that, we're all serious business in the back of the store and a full-fledged hardware store, from paint to lawn and garden, plumbing. And then we have two great people that work in plumbing, one guy during the week and one guy over the weekend. If you have a problem with plumbing and you can't just go pick it out yourself, you need a little hands-on, well, we've got the people here to help you with. And we have electrical, nuts and bolts. We have 24 feet of nuts and bolts. Almost anything you possibly need, we have in nuts and bolts, plus the people to help you find it. And like electrical, but our paint store, I'm going to talk a lot about paint today. I always end the show with the byline, remember, it's always a great day to paint. And that is a deal that I say from my dad, because Dad was always big into paint. On every vehicle that we had at the stores, it would say it's always a great day to paint. We had a great relationship with Coronado Paint, the old Negley Paint Company that was made right here in San Antonio. And since then, a lot of changes have happened. Benjamin Moore bought Coronado Paint, and now we carry two great lines of paint, Ben Moore and Coronado. And I'm going to talk to you a little about paint. But first, I want to show you something I haven't been able to talk about. We've had it, but I wrote about it in those articles that go to Houston, and I couldn't keep it in stock in the store because it was flying out on the internet to Houston. But now I finally found I got enough in to where I can have them in the store too. That usually doesn't happen, but this really hit a nerve with people. And it's called an emergency fire blanket. Okay, so how many times have you heard, like, people will have a kitchen fire and it just gets out of control super quick before anybody can do anything, before they can, you're always told don't put water on any kind of grease fire. And then maybe people will have a fire extinguisher, but it might be too heavy, or they can't pull the trigger, or they forgot to get them charged. Well, this fire blanket that I'm showing you right now, because we're also live streaming this on Facebook, it is a great emergency blanket. Now this one, I'm getting a couple of different kinds. Some of them are 2-use. This is a single use. It is great to use on top of the stove. It's if you have a problem with electrical and maybe a plug starts on fire, you can use it on top of that. If you're outside, maybe camping, you're off camping, or even in your backyard and you want to use it on a fire pit or a grill, this is great to use. Have you ever had a grill blow up in your face? Well, I had one blow up. I had a Traeger blow up on me one time, and it was my own fault. It was not any fault of the Traeger, but I really could have used a fire blanket at that moment. I was just very lucky and nothing happened, but these are great. And what's so nice about it It will completely smother a fire. It's immediate. You can just pull it. You don't have to pull a cord or shake it or anything. There's no messy cleanup with a fire blanket. It's easy and it's easy to use. So I suggest you get a couple. Keep one inside the house close to the kitchen. That's where most fires start. And then keep one in the garage, someplace where if you have a fire in the garage, you can quickly extinguish it. And they're not expensive. So even if they're only single use, they're not expensive and they're great to have, if not for you, maybe for your mom, if she's living on her own, or your dad, if he's living on his own. Get them something like that. And they never have to worry about what would happen. They just throw the blanket on top of it and it's out. Okay? So I've been wanting to talk to y'all about that, but I never could get enough in. And speaking of the store, the phone number here is 210-341-1573. If you have a question about anything that I'm going to talk about today, just give the store a call. And because we're here till 6:30 today and tomorrow 11 to 5. So if you can't come by the store today, we're open tomorrow. We're open 7 days a week. Monday through Saturday, we're always 8 to 6:30. And then on Sunday, we're 11 to 5. Now, I want to talk to you about some things that kind of popped up at my house and how to clean for it. I have had several people call and ask me they want to refinish some furniture, and so we're going to talk about that too. But first of all, like I said, I want to talk about paint. And I want to give you some ideas on the new paint colors from Ben Moore. If you want to just write this down or give me a call later, I have this all written down. The color of the year is Silhouette. Now, Silhouette is a deep, deep brown color. Very moody looking. It would be great in a bedroom, great in a study, good in an office, really. And Benjamin Moore makes it. And usually browns are very tough because they tend to want to go purpley. And this one, though, I have mixed it up several times. It looks great. And it's called Silhouette, and the number for it is AF 655. But there's some other colors. They're not brand new, but they look good together. One of them is called Rain Dance. And just like you can imagine, it kind of has a green cast to it. And that number is 1572. That color would be really good for cabinets, bathrooms. It's just a really soft kind of blue-green. First Crush is just like what you would imagine. It has a light pink tone to it. It would be great for a baby's room, even an entry hall, because it would bring so much brightness in. It would be adorable for cabinet colors, especially if you're doing furniture, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. It would be great furniture color. Swiss Coffee. Swiss Coffee is a good standard trim color. It's not too white and bright. We use Chantilly lace in the store. Every cabinet that I have is painted with Chantilly lace because it's a bright, clean white. No undertones of yellow or pink. And so it's good to showcase product on. But that might be just a little too harsh maybe for inside your house. And Swiss Coffee is a softer white. It looks so good with any color. It even looks good with white. So Swiss Coffee, it's OC 45. And then Batik, B-A-T-I-K, is another light pink color. It would also look good in a baby's room, in furniture, anything like that. You know, paint is always a great idea, and it's always simple to use. It's one of the least expensive ways to make a huge change in your house, whether that be like painting kitchen cabinets. You can change the whole look of your kitchen for under $500. And that includes paint and all your sundries that you need. And you know, painting is really not that hard. If you're going to do cabinets, I'm going to suggest the line made by Ben Moore called Advance. Now, Advance is great for trim work, for doors, cabinets, furniture. And let me tell you why. Because it goes on easy and it has a little bit slower drying time. So you do not get any brush marks. It just goes flat. You can watch it as you put it on, and if you're watching it dry, you can watch it just all settle down. It is such a great finish. It almost looks like it's professionally sprayed on. Now, sprayed on is a really good look, but it is not just like first time you're professional. It takes a lot of work in knowing how to do that, but anybody can brush on a finish. Anybody. All it takes is the right product, which is Advance, and another thing is the right brush. Now, we got in some Worcester brushes that I always like to recommend for like painting decorative furniture, okay? So there are several that are, I'm going to show you one on Facebook right now. It is a round tipped, and you say, well, why is that really better? It is really easy to get into little corners in your furniture, like maybe underneath the furniture or back in the back where the drawers are or anything. And these round brushes made by Worcester are so soft, and what that does is it gives you such an easy finish. No brush marks, nothing. And they hold a lot of paint. Really good brushes. And they're reasonably priced. They call them the Flex and Fit. If you're listening to this show and you are not here in San Antonio, or we're not convenient for you, look at your hardware store. I don't know if you can find these in big box stores, but your local hardware store, Worcester, and it's called Flex and Fit. I love these brushes. When we found them, so good. Now, a lot of people, when they're doing like decorative furniture and things like that, maybe they've gotten something that's an antique, or maybe it was something that was put aside, and so the furniture can have kind of an odor. There's a couple of ways to take care of that. One, they make a primer that is an odor control primer, and I use that in my kitchen. I bought a house that was very old, but it was just the right house for me. It really was. It was smaller. It's convenient to the store. And so, but everything on the inside really needed to be updated. And so I did do a lot of that and painted and replaced the flooring. And, but still, every time when I came home from a trip, like say I was going to a show, whether that be a hardware or gift, and I'd come in the back door and the kitchen is right there. And immediately, the previous owner was a smoker. And I could smell this just whiff of smoke in the house. And I just don't understand where it's coming from. I know it's not the walls. I know it's not the floor, because I took care of the floor with Biozap. And then I replaced all the flooring. And then we pulled all the ceiling popcorn down. That took care of a lot of it. But still, I'm like, where is this coming from? And sure enough, it was in the kitchen cabinets. I had run out of money for it. I got to redo the kitchen. And so I hadn't done anything with the cabinets. And then one day I was putting up pots and pans, and my nose got real close to the wood in the cabinet, and that's where the smell was. And so sometimes Like if you're smelling something that doesn't smell right in either furniture or your cabinets, you can prime them with an odor controlling primer. It goes on kind of milky and dries crystal clear. All I had to do was the inside of the cabinets, and that was it. And you can do that with furniture too. Or you can use a fragranced wax. Wise Out Paint, which I think they have the best chalk paint on the market, the best. And we carry their chalk paint, and we also carry their 1 hour enamel, which I am a huge fan of. And they also carry fragranced waxes, because if you're just going to do a chalk paint, you do have to put something on top of it, or it will always feel chalky to your fingers. Okay, the 1 hour enamel, no, it gives one coat and gives you a finish. So Worcester makes this real stubby little round brush, and it is great to put on with fragranced waxes. So like I said, these Worcester brushes are awesome. All right, so I told you all about paint because, you know, it's always a great day to paint. All right, so let's talk about one more thing. Say you say, I don't want to paint it, Trudy. I want to strip it, and then I want to restain it. You know how hard it is to find a stripper that will remove paint, varnish, and stain. Usually what you'll see most people do, those of you that follow people that redo furniture, what are they doing? They're sanding, and they're sanding a lot. So I came across this Smart Strip by Dumont. Dumont is a really nice, they make really nice stripper. Okay, they do other things too, but I just like their strippers. And this one's called Smart Strip, and it's Advanced Paint Remover. Well, what they forgot to put on the front is it also removes stains down to the bare wood. So it gives you a chance to look and see what the wood is underneath. You may find that it's absolutely beautiful, and all you want to do is once you strip it off, you're going to lightly sand, because a stripper will raise the grain of the wood to where it feels kind of rough. So you just lightly sand it, take the dust off, and then put a varnish on it. But if you want to, you can restain it, okay? But what if you want a stained look, but the wood doesn't look that good? Not all wood looks that great, okay? And so what you can do is you can cover up a lot of it, all of it, with Old Masters gel stain. Super easy to use, and it just covers really well. It'll go over everything. It'll go over fiberglass. So say you have a fiberglass door and you've lost the color on it, you can use the Old Masters gel stain on it. If you have a garage door that you want to change the color, okay, you use that gel stain, and it looks just like wood. It will still leave the grain of the wood to show through. So check it out sometime. I love the gel stain. So, all right, let me tell you where we're located again. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The phone number here is 210-341-1573. I want to give a big shout out, hi, to Jean and to Cindy, who are watching on Facebook right now. You guys, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Those of you that are watching on Facebook, you can see we're already getting new apparel in. And this would be, both these dresses would be perfect for this time of the year. We bring in a line from UMG, and they just do a really great job at a great price point, and they always and they wash and dry so easily. So, all right, so how many of you had people over and now the floor does not look as good as it used to? Let me tell you, there's nothing easier than using Quick Shine on your floors, whether it be tile, whether it be wood, or whether it be a laminate or a luxury vinyl tile. Quick Shine will do it all. Okay, so they make a cleaner, It's in the blue bottle. Okay, that's how you know it's the cleaner. And it's a multi-surface floor cleaner. It's great for, like, if you have a spray mop that you want to do, you can put this right inside your spray mop, or you can just use it as is. It is so neutral, you don't have to rinse it. I mean, anything that I don't have to work really hard, like cleaning and then rinsing, I'm all in for that. And it has a great fragrance, really great fragrance, nice, clean, easy to use, okay? And it's still a family-owned business. I'll take that anytime. All right, but maybe some of you have got something on the floor and it's just not gonna come up with a real okay? All right, Quick Shine also makes a concentrated deep cleaner. So what is this for? If you have put wax on your floors and you don't want to start using wax anymore after that, Quick Shine makes this deep cleaner that will get the wax off the floors. I have a problem because I use hairspray in my hair, and I'm a big fan of hairspray. I'm just not a big fan of what it leaves on my floor in the bathroom. And the only way to get it off is with this deep cleaner. And I put it on, I have bamboo wood floors in my bathroom, so I never have to worry about if they get real wet. It won't make any difference. And so I can use this Quick Shine concentrated deep cleaner, and it will pull all that lacquer, that's what it is, lacquer, off the floor. So it's a really good thing. And then if you want to provide a shine afterwards, well, Quick Shine also makes a multi-surface floor finish. They call it a floor finish now. And you never have to strip this off. It gives you a shine from the first coat. It's in the green bottle. They also make a luster that is not as high shine, and that's what I use on my new wood floors. It's just something that'll give a nice glow. All right, now I'm going to tell y'all about something, but there's not a whole lot of them left, and Libman has decided to discontinue it. And it's a wood floor mop. And as you can tell, it looks like one of those sea sponges, okay? It does not leave a lot of water on the floor. And that's what I love about it, because it will clean, but you're not going back and having to just towel dry on that. Okay, we have run out of time. Okay, next week we're gonna talk about some things that we're gonna do new in the store. I'm so excited to tell you about it. I thought I would have time this week, but not so much. All right, the phone number here is 210-341-1573. We're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing. It will always be a great day to paint. See you next week.